In January 2023, the Commissary Fund received 3 commissary support requests from a mother who has 3 sons who are all incarcerated. She also has custody of her grandsons. She struggles to add money to all of her sons' accounts, so she puts a few dollars on each of their accounts for the phone, but it's hard for her. In August 2021, the Commissary Fund received a phone call from an elderly mother whose daughter was incarcerated in a local jail. The mother lived on a tight budget and struggled to pay for her expenses while supporting her daughter in jail. So that's where we, the Commissary Fund, come in as a nonprofit organization that seeks to alleviate the burden of commissary from incarcerated individuals and their loved ones. The United States has the highest incarceration rate in the world and incarcerates 1.9 million people. While Black people make about 13% of the United States total population, we make up 38% of the incarcerated population. Not only does incarceration impact those who are in prison or jail, it also impacts the whole family and community. According to the Prison Policy Initiative, 113 million adults in the United States have an immediate family member who has either been to prison or in jail. That means we are likely to have someone in our family who has at least spent one day in jail. New York State incarcerates 59,000 people. Black people are overrepresented in New York State prisons as we comprise 49% of the prison population. The city of Rochester, New York State's fourth most populous city, has more than 5 times the rate in New York City, with an incarceration rate of 1,051 per 100,000 city residents. Counties in upstate New York are sending most of its residents to New York State prisons. Stephen Raher, a researcher at the Prison Policy Initiative, said, incarcerated people must rely on family members to transfer money to their accounts, meaning that family members are effectively forced to subsidize the prison system. Others in prison who lack such support systems simply cannot afford the commissary at all. In January 2023, we received a commissary support request letter from an incarcerated man at Fishkill Correctional Facility. He works in the prison kitchen, making 22 cents an hour. Pause and think about making 22 cents an hour as the prices of food and hygiene continue to increase. Like Stephen Raher described in the previous slide, family and loved one support is needed for incarcerated people to afford the commissary store and its items. Families across the U.S. have spent $2.9 billion on commissary and telephone expenses for their incarcerated loved ones. Launched in 2020 by an all-Black board with ties to Rochester, New York, and a passion to impact the criminal justice, the Commissary Fund is a nonprofit charitable organization that raises and pools money to provide commissary funds to incarcerated individuals in New York State and eventually around the country. Founder of the Equal Justice Initiative, Bryan Stevenson, says that the true measure of our character is how we treat the poor, the disfavored, the accused, the incarcerated, and the condemned. In 2023, the Commissary Fund was a recipient of the Rochester Area Community Foundation's African American Giving Initiative grant. Through that grant, we received commissary support requests from mothers, siblings, children, cousins, spouses, and friends, all from Monroe County. We provided support to their incarcerated loved ones, Black males between the ages of 18 and 61. We're still receiving commissary support requests from Black families based in Monroe County who have incarcerated loved ones. We received the following thank you email from a recipient of our 2023 Everybody is Somebody project. If awarded the African American Giving Initiative grant for our 2024 Everybody is Somebody project, we want to make a substantial impact on the lives of incarcerated people and their loved ones from Monroe County. We'll provide commissary support 3 times during the grant period to 20 incarcerated African Americans from Monroe County who are unsentenced in Monroe County Jail or serving 5 or less years in a New York State prison or Monroe County Jail. This will enable the commissary fund to really alleviate the burden of commissary from the incarcerated individuals' loved ones for a longer period of time, making a true financial impact in their lives. Why support incarcerated people? Bryan Stevenson calls upon us to support incarcerated people by saying, mercy is most empowering, liberating, and transformative when it is directed at the underserved, the people who haven't earned it, who haven't even sought it, are the most meaningful recipients of our compassion. We thank you for taking the time to learn about the Commissary Fund and your consideration to partner with us to provide this needed commissary support.